In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete a couple of actions that can be done in an individual student's course pertaining to grades. First, you're going to need to locate your student, and you can do that by going up to the Students tab, going to the search box, and searching the student's name. Once you are in the student's course list, you want to select the course that you are going to be looking at. So in this case, we are going to look at the student's Math for College Readiness. You can select the circle and hit Grades. Now you are inside this student's particular course. You'll see there's a lot of options that you can do over here on the side. So the top options up here are pertaining to activities that the student is currently on. So the two options are you can pass with score. Now in this case, this is typically a situation in which the student has not passed it and ran out of scores, or has basically not met the passing threshold, but you would like them to go ahead and move forward, whether it be because they've run out of quiz attempts and they are just not getting it and they just want to be able to take the F and move forward so that they can get on into the next concept, or for whatever reason, maybe you've given them a verbal quiz or something else. So you can choose to pass with score, enter their score, enter a reason, and then hit submit. And then at that point, the system will allow the student to move on and will grade with whatever score you had entered. The other option you can do is you can add a bypass. So let's say a student needs to remediate a quiz and you don't have time to remediate with them that day. They really want to keep working, but you don't want them to retake a quiz until you've had time to talk to them about that specific concept. You can actually bypass the quiz by clicking on it, going to bypass, hitting submit, and now the student is going to be jumped forward into the next lesson. So as you can see, the quiz that we bypassed is gray, and the student is now on the next lesson's warm-up. When they're ready to take the quiz, you can go back to that quiz, remove the bypass, which is over here, select remove, and the student will be forced back into that quiz. It is important to note, if you remove a bypass, the student will be forced back into the activity where you just removed that bypass. The next set of functions I want to look at, we're going to apply to a previously finished activity. So in this case, we're going to look at a quiz. And you see over here we have options for changing score, resetting activity, retakes. You can see the answers of the student's quiz, and then this would be if there's an issue with the quiz, you can report that. So for changing the score, you would just select the quiz, you would click change score, and you would change the score. So this student at that point in time had a 60. Again, you remediate over the phone, you feel that they are now, this grade should be considered something higher. You can change the score to 70% or 80%, and then that is what will be calculated in the student's grade. You can also choose to reset an activity, and this can be the instructional videos, this can be assignments. This doesn't have to be just a quiz. You can reset all of these. So if you reset instruction, for example, the student is going to be forced back into watching those videos. If you reset a quiz, they are going to be forced to go back and retake the quiz. However, there is something very important to note about resetting quizzes. Students only receive 2 quiz attempts. If the student has already used their 2 quiz attempts and you reset that quiz, they will be stuck. They won't be able to take the quiz because they are out of retakes, but they won't be able to move forward because you have reset it. In order to reset a quiz that a student has ran out of retakes, you must also add a retake. And when you click on Add Retake, you enter how many retakes and hit Submit. This will allow the student to take the quiz beyond the 2 attempts. Those functions are going to be the primary functions you'll need to know in order to adjust grade students within the Edgenuity system. This is how you do it within an individual student's course. You can also access these functions within the gradebook view, where you will see all of your students and their progress.